everyone, it's Jessica here for the ThermOWeb design team, and today I have another scrapbook layout for you using the Brutus Monroe toner card front mixables in Really Radiant. And then I'm using their brand new foil as well, and that one is called Pewter Lane, and it's kind of like a dark bronzy color, which I really love, and I wanted that color to pop on top of this orange. So I've grabbed some Rusty Hinge Distress ink, and I just ink blended across the toner sheet, and then I wiped it off with just a tissue. You want to use like a lint-free cloth generally, but I don't have one handy to me here, so I just usually wipe them off with a tissue to get any ink off of the toner portions of that card front. So I'm just going to sandwich this here in between a craft and carrier sheet. This is the newer size in the shop for the fuse laminating system. It's about 6 inches, and I have sandwiched in there my toner card front, and I put that face up, and then my sheet of foil went right on top with the color side up facing me. So I just ran that through on the number 3 setting, which seems to work the best, and it's already good to go. I've already peeled that off there. As you can see, that shiny goodness. It's hard to see this on camera, but you'll see in the close-up shots at the end of this video where you can really see it shine. So I thought that I was filming earlier, and apparently I cut a portion of this video out because I was not actually filming. I just made a little 4 with a Elle Studio stamp and die set. It has an outline stamp and a solid stamp for the middle, and I just stamped both of those with that same orange color, and then I just cut it out with the coordinating die that comes in that pack too. So I have my little number 4 here that is supposed to be for my little guy's birthday. This is my middle child, and he turned 4 here, and it was like a spur of the moment thing that he asked me if I could make cupcakes for him that same day, and I'm like, sure buddy, we could do that, but I didn't have any number 4 candles for him to blow out, so I ended up just using a 1 and a 3, and we practiced our math skills that day, so it worked out fine, and they really enjoyed it, my kids, so it was a lot of fun for us. I really wanted this little toner card front to be kind of the star of the show, obviously next to my photos, but I wanted that to really bring a pop of color into this layout, and I love scrapbooking with orange, so that's really what I was going for with this layout. I've pulled out the 49 and Market Rust and Revs collection, which is just one of my favorites recently, and I absolutely love this collection. It seems to be working out very well for all of my rustic guy themed layouts and all of the grungy little dirty things that my boys tend to get into, so I just love this collection, and it's just paired perfectly with this card front with all the little numbers on it, and I just wanted to use that one today to really pull out the numbers to document my son's 4th birthday. I was originally going to use this toner card front for a school themed layout, but I ended up not doing that, and I ended up using this last one that I have left on this layout today. So I'm just using some of this easy tear tape to adhere down my photo. I'm also alternating between that and my Memory XL tape runner. I use both of those along with the Ultra Bond liquid adhesive here for the smaller bits and pieces, like these little gear pieces and die cuts and anything smaller. And then my tape runner I like to use just when I need something very quick to grab, and I used it on that frame that you see behind my photos. And then the easy tear tape has a really good stick to it, so I like to use that on the bigger sections, like on the back of my photos and things like that. So it's just very easy size for me to work with. I like the 1/2 inch size myself, but there are other sizes in the shop as well. And this Ultra Bond liquid adhesive is the one that I like to use for the smaller pieces here, as you can see, when I need something that is going to dry clear in case I make a mess with it and get it where I'm not supposed to get it. So it's very easy to work with. It dries pretty quickly, and it does dry that clear, so I don't have to worry about that. I'm just tucking little bits and pieces in from the laser cuts from this collection and the little die cut pack. I love all the little bits and pieces that come in this collection, so I'm using quite a few today on this layout, and I'm just roughing up the edges of some of those little signs and things just to give that a little bit more texture, and I'm adhering these little gears with that Ultra Bond liquid adhesive as well. And then I'm going to grab some sequins towards the end of this too and put in here. I love adding sequins to my layouts. It's one of my favorite things to add, so I'm going to end up pulling some of those out as well. I'm also grabbing the shaker strips by Gina K to adhere my title piece down. I have the 3D foam tape rolls, but they were a little bit too wide to use on this title piece, so I ended up just grabbing these shaker strips and cutting down some strips of those to fit on the back of my title piece, and they worked out perfectly. And then it was just so easy to use those, so I actually used those on my number 4 as well. So these shaker strips don't always have to be used just to create shaker pockets. You can totally use them on title pieces and ephemera bits, and you can even use them to pop up your photo if you really want. But I like to use them on the smaller titles and little bits like that I like to pop up off my layout. I've stamped my date there just using some black ink from my stash, and then I'm just going to attach some epoxy stickers and do my journaling down here at the bottom. I'll speed this part up so you don't have to watch me write out everything on here. And yeah, here's the epoxy stickers. I'm going to add a couple of these here and there, and I'm going to grab the rub-ons that come with this collection as well, and I'm going to add a rub-on little phrase at the top of my photo, so it just gives it something else at the top of the frame. And I'm going to add a border strip at the left side of my toner card front piece, but that's here in a little bit. I grab a border die from Hey Little Magpie and just run that through my Big Shot machine real quick so that I can add it alongside of my toner card front, because it just looked like that left side was just missing something. I actually thought about doing some machine stitching on here, but I was kind of strapped for time last night and was finishing up this layout, so I wanted to get it done. And yeah, so I just add a little bit of rub on here at the top just to add another cute title, but I needed to trim that piece down. Baby girl is coming in to play with my sequins here in a moment, so you'll see her dive into those. And this rub on, it didn't go fully on that letter C, so I had to just rub it a little bit more to get that on. Again, using that Ultra Bond glue, my tape runner, kind of whatever I can grab to stick things down at this point. So here I'm just using some Ultra Bond glue. This is that little die that I mentioned by Hey Little Magpie, so I'm just going to tuck it in here on the side. This is just one of the papers from the collection that I had a little scrap of laying here, so I just used the die to cut that out of that little scrap. I'm going to tuck one more little sign up here at the top, but I wanted to distress it a little bit, so I'm just kind of roughing up those edges, and then I'm going to pull out those sequins. So I'm using some Sequins by Spiegelmom scraps. These are the Love You Latte mix, and these are one of my favorite mixes by Spiegelmom, and unfortunately she is not in the paper crafting industry anymore as of December this year, so at the end of this month she is not going to be designing any more sequins, so that's really sad. But here's the finished layout and how this one turned out. I love this. This is a great boy layout. It was perfect for my birthday theme. So if you want to grab anything from the shop, I will link everything down below for you. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thanks for being here. Have a great day. Bye-bye.